Hey, good Friday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torgros. We made it to Friday morning, and now we got to start to think about the possibility of more than just a nuisance drought, possibility of serious drought conditions. I know there's a lot of summer lovers out there, and with drought comes sunshine and warm temperatures, and you'll get your wish there, but it's bad when we don't get much rainfall. Here is the current radar, and a couple of spotty showers in the far southeast around Monroe and Toledo, and a couple in the far southwest. Maybe a sprinkle or two in the thumb, and that is about it. All right, what I want to do is I want to start off with the European model, and in the Corn Belt region, which includes Michigan. Hopefully you can pick out everything here. Hopefully you can pick out Michigan, Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan stands out, and then you can find Michigan. So here we go. Through the weekend, basically, in the lower peninsula, no precipitation. In the upper peninsula, we'll look at maybe a period of thunder showers. That's about it. This is Sunday afternoon, and that is a warm flow. That's a southwest wind. That's sunshine. That is temperatures around 90 degrees. A classic summer weekend is definitely on the way. All right. Then we go into next week and see if we can find anything that looks like a decent rainfall. And we are going to need it. Here's Monday, and here's Tuesday afternoon. So we're going to start to get the humidity going up, get the scattered thunderstorms developing. At this time of the year, if you get a high humidity and scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon, they can be significant. They're not put together where an entire state gets a beneficial rain, but you could get some areas that would get beneficial rain. This is the afternoon on Tuesday, and notice how it winds down overnight, and then the diurnal late afternoon flare up. This is Wednesday evening, again a diurnal flare up. Then a northeast wind sneaks in, cools us down a touch, and dries us out. So we go through Thursday and Friday of next week, just bone dry, low relative humidity. And then we're into the weekend, and it's starting to warm up again. If you want to take a look at something, we're going to go out 10 days. Now, you see the red lines. That's the upper level temperatures at about 5,000 feet. It's a great way for us to figure out what it's going to be at the surface. And you see that 20. That means 20 degrees Celsius, and that usually translates into well into the 90s at the surface, depending on what the wind is doing. So it looks like we have heat coming back as we go toward the following weekend, about 2 weeks out. Here is the radar forecast. I don't know why I'm even wasting your time, really, because it doesn't show much, just a spotty shower in the southwest. And then we go through tonight, and this is Saturday, maybe a spotty shower coming across northern lower, and maybe a thunderstorm complex in the UP on Saturday night, Sunday. But otherwise, lower peninsula is dry. Total precipitation over the next 10 days. So we start to next week get into these thunderstorms. And remember, this isn't a great way to show you the total precip because there will be thunderstorms, which could be double or triple what you're seeing here. And let's hope it is. But the point being is, it's everybody gets something, but everybody doesn't get a great rain like they're having in the southern part of Illinois, southern Indiana here over the next 10 days. And the other thing you'll notice is that when I back this up and I go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we get some rain. And then after that, there's nothing added on to that for another 7 days. Ouch. I am concerned now about significant drought. So here are the high temperatures today. We'll call it mid to upper 80s. bear with me here. My data is acting a little funny today. All right, we're going to have to go a different way. Give me a second. Hope this works for us. Whew. Well, it's not going to work for us. All right. So, it's back to me. Like in the days of TV weather that I did for 25 years when the weather graphic system went kaput, here I am. So the temperature scenario is pretty simple. We will have mid to upper 80s all across lower Michigan, the UP today. It's going to be a very warm, summery day. Tomorrow we jump to about 90 to 92 in a lot of spots in lower Michigan. If you don't make it to the 90s, you make it to the upper 80s, 88, 89. Dry soil now is going to start to heat up. So bear that in mind on any app that you see that cranks out a temperature forecast. I think you better add 2 or 3 or 4 degrees to it if it's going to be a sunny day because of that warm, dry, dark soil that heats up, and especially in the Northeast, the sand that heats up too. And around the Traverse City, the sand heats up also. Sunday, low 90s. Monday, low 90s. Tuesday, we start to get the thunderstorms, so the humidity goes up. The actual thermometer might go down just a touch, upper 80s to about 90. Same deal for Wednesday. We cool a touch on Thursday and Friday of next week, where we drop maybe back to the low to mid 80s, maybe 70s, upper 70s if you get a wind off of one of the Great Lakes. Those lakes are still cool and still trying to warm up. And they'll be warming up quickly here in the next 5 days. And then it looks like we start to go back up, and we may head to the 90s again by the time we get to the end of next weekend, which would be around like June 13th, June 14th or something. If you get 2 90-degree stretches in the first 2 weeks of June, it kind of says what possibly is going to happen, probably is going to happen for the summer, because as you go into the warmest part of summer, you're usually going to build on what you've had, or at least hold to where you've had. We have had pattern changes where everything rearranges in the northern hemisphere, and all of a sudden we go slightly cooler than normal after a warm June, but it's very rare. So the whole theme here is you just better plan for full out, hotter than you think summer, and you better keep the hose going judiciously on the plants. Don't waste your water, because in some places it's very expensive. And precious, very precious, one of our most precious, maybe our most precious resource that we have. So I always like just the hose slow near the base, near the root ball of plants. And of course, mulch is a great thing to add because that conserves the moisture, doesn't make it evaporate quickly. And then the only other thing we can do is we can pray for our farmers here in Michigan. All the crops, obviously, are very weather driven. They all need moisture to fill out, whether it's a grape, a cherry, a blueberry, a ear of corn, a soybean pod, a dry bean pod, a sugar beet, whatever it is, all needs moisture. And I like to, give the analogy to folks that don't grow things for a living. What if your boss comes in and says, you're going to need to take a 30 or 40% cut in pay? That's what a farmer can do if their yield is down by 30%. Heaven forbid a devastating drought, yields down, 50%, and your boss would come in and say, hey, you're going to need to take a 50% cut in pay this year. So we think about rain and we think, oh, great, Saturday, Sunday, we don't want any rain. Right now, we got to think about the bigger picture, and we will take any rain we can get because it is getting that serious out there. So sorry to not rain on your parade, but enjoy the summer weather. Watch out for the swimmer's itch. I'm working on a post on that, and there's some interesting research out of from some researchers about how to predict, kind of, so to speak, when swimmer's itch will appear at your favorite beach on your favorite Michigan inland lake, mostly northern Michigan inland lakes. And have yourselves a great weekend. Thanks for joining me. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. This is the MLive Morning Weather Update. Take care.